FBI, open up!
Trump and Delta Force plucked Maduro from his home in Venezuela. This, my friends, is the definition of f***ing around and finding out. Yes, Donald Trump did officially post this video.
Venga por mí.
Come for
Aquí
me.
lo espero en Miraflores. No se tarde en llegar, cobarde.
You don't want to call him a coward.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine.
Now, the first thing the libs are going to do is start to protest about it. How quick they are to forget this tweet by Joe Biden. Trump talks tough on Venezuela, but admires thugs and dictators like Nicolas Maduro. As president, I will stand with the Venezuelan people for democracy. Somebody commented, this tweet aged like Joe Biden. Any country we have any kind of disagreement with, the left just automatically supports them. One thing Democrats can do is they can spin up a sign. They get these banners made in record time.
States to say that they are absolutely against this war, right? This is an absolutely naked violation of international human rights to kidnap a standing precedent.
Only 2 things will get a fat liberal to move: food and protesting something stupid.
USA!
Donald Trump in the USA!
Biggest threat in the world today!
Biggest threat in the world today!
The Trump administration has started a nakedly imperialist war to install a U.S. puppet government that will give Venezuela's oil resources over to the U.S. corporations and to force U.S. hegemony over Latin America. Shame!
Shame! Shame on you for wearing that outfit, lady.
War is illegal, both under international law and the laws governing the declaration of war within the United States.
We get it. You can read ChatGPT. Let's not forget Barack Obama was nicknamed the Bomber in Chief. Where was congressional approval for all those drone strikes and bombings? Let's all look at our phones, shall we? Here's military actions by the U.S. Commander-in-Chief without congressional approval. Truman, Korea. Eisenhower, Lebanon. Kennedy, Vietnam. Reagan, Grenada, Lebanon, Libya. Bush Sr., Panama, Somalia. Clinton, Bosnia, Iraq, Sudan, Afghanistan, Kosovo, Serbia. Bush Jr., Yemen, Philippines. Obama, Libya, Syria, Pakistan, Yemen, Somalia. Biden, Syria, Iraq. Trump, Syria, Yemen, Iraq, Iran, Venezuela. Woke up to breaking news that we attacked Venezuela and captured their leader. The U.S. has not recognized Maduro as Venezuela's leader since 2020. Back in the Biden administration, Maduro has been labeled a narco-terrorist. He's on a most wanted list. His bounty is tens of millions of dollars. America will kidnap your president in the middle of the night. Oh yeah. Notice how he didn't just downright assassinate Maduro. They friggin' yoinked him out of his bedroom. Oh, dominance, man. You love to see it.
Hello? Guess what? What? You really want to know? Yes! You!
Stole Maduro. They stole him out of his bed, in his pajamas, trying to run one of the few socialist nations on earth, and they stole him like a hawk stealing a rabbit. This is not okay. This is not allowed. We will not allow this as the American people. It's not okay. You can't just steal presidents out of thin air. Democratically elected presidents, you can't just take them. They're not yours to take. He was trying to lead a nation. He was trying to deliver the promises of a better world.
This is satire, but you will see, while there are Democrats protesting here in America and even out in London, Venezuelans are celebrating.
We're out here to say hands off Venezuela, and we unequivocally stand with the people of Venezuela against U.S. imperialist aggression.
What do you think about the people of Venezuela celebrating on the streets?
What?
What do you think about the people of Venezuela celebrating on the streets today?
I saw images of Venezuelans being bombed after the U.S. bombed Caracas, so I'm not sure what you're talking about, but yeah, I think you should definitely
show me the bombings that you're talking about. I didn't see any.
I don't know. I just saw it on Reddit. It was on the front page of the paper. So
okay.
I don't know.
But what do you think about the people celebrating? The hundreds of thousands of people that are in the streets celebrating.
I have yet to see it. Can you show me that?
Yeah.
Sure. U.S. imperialism.
People celebrating on the streets here. What do you think about that?
I mean, at the end of the day, I stand with the people of Venezuela against U.S. imperialism. The U.S. has no right to bomb the people of Venezuela. The U.S. has no right to kidnap another
Why are they all celebrating? Why are they celebrating?
I don't know. Do you have a correspondent there who can ask?
Here's a closer look at Nicolas Maduro. Venezuela's leader has been in power since 2013. Now, the U.S. does not formally recognize Maduro as the head of state and hasn't for years. Maduro was charged with narco-terrorism and corruption back in 2020, and there was a reward for $50 million for his arrest.
Chavez made sure that millions of kids who never had access to education would.
I like how Trump bombed Chavez's crypt on the way out.
He did so by sometimes using the Venezuelan army to seize the property of U.S. companies.
Oh no, and Trump sends the National Guard into crime-ridden cities, and that's a bad thing? Chavez seizes American companies. Oh, that's great.
He seized the oil and used that money for the Venezuelan oil, nationalized the oil to pay for social services.
United States, did you just capture my leader? We did. We did capture your leader. You didn't get approval from anybody to do that. You didn't even get approval from your own Congress. I don't need approval from anybody. My president can do limited military strikes without the approval of Congress. That is only under certain scenarios, and I don't think this scenario fits that bill. Yeah, you wouldn't. I took your leader. Started out with you messing with my oil exports, and now this. I mean, this is gonna go to open conflict. Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want this smoke. Russia and China have openly condemned this. They've called for an emergency UN security meeting. I could cure cancer, world hunger, and give everybody on Earth a puppy, and China and Russia would oppose it. Yeah, that doesn't make it right or okay. You're gonna have to wait until everything plays out, see how everything kind of shakes out. You know what I mean?
Going into another country with enough firepower to take their president, and then saying you're going to charge their president with criminal charges in our country is such an insane breach of sovereignty. I'm like so shook.
Yeah, just a quick question. Just so we're all aligned in 2026, we know we're not the good guys, right?
You know you're a dude, right?
Okay, well, if you're not a bot, which you might be, I don't even care. Do you know what happens when the United States starts bombing and invading a sovereign country?
Be more clear. The United States bombed Venezuela and then abducted their president and his wife.
For the self-determination of the Venezuelan people, they will do the same to anyone who dares to challenge the imperialist interests, the interests of the state.
I don't know how these libtards afford all these different flags, kaffias on a Starbucks salary. It's like every week you gotta fly new colors. For my next trick, I will get Democrats to defend a communist drug lord.
Abracadabra.
Maduro gets captured by the U.S. Venezuelans versus communist teenagers with iPhones. Uh-huh.
The arrest of Nicolas Maduro is the single most impressive special forces operation that's happened in the last 60 years, perhaps ever. You have a communist dictator who's in the single most secure facility in the entire nation. The power gets shut off in the capital city of Caracas. All the power went out. None of the cell phone signals worked, and special forces was able to get inside of that fortress and to kidnap, black bag the communist dictator and his wife without them being able to get to their safe room, and to extract them without losing a single American, or barely even being fired upon. They were able to decimate Venezuela's military, their air defenses, their air force, multiple military bases, and even yeet the tomb of Hugo Chavez on the way out while Maduro watched. And so Donald Trump has every right to have a victory press conference, which he just did. President Trump's victory press conference began with Pete Hegseth saying, if you F around, you're going to find out.
Nicolas Maduro had his chance, just like Iran had their chance, until they didn't and until he didn't. He effed around, and he found out.
President Trump then had very stern words for other members of Hugo Chavez and Nicolas Maduro's regime, saying, you're next.
All political and military figures in Venezuela should understand what happened to Maduro can happen to them, and it will happen to them if they aren't just, fair, even to their people.
Donald Trump began threatening other members of the sort of communist diaspora of South America, including Colombia.
Colombian President Gustavo Petro, a couple weeks ago, he said he's got to watch his ass. And today he said he's not concerned about anything happening to him in the aftermath of this operation. So just what your message is about that.
Well, he has cocaine mills. He has factories where he makes cocaine. And yeah, I think I stick by my first statement. He's making cocaine. They're sending it into the United States. So he does have to watch his ass.
Then Donald Trump, of course, coined his own version of the Monroe Doctrine, which is to say that the Monroe Doctrine is named after President Monroe. We should control our own hemispheres, the Monroe Doctrine, that America should have a hegemony, that we shouldn't allow other foreign nations to control our hemisphere, calling it the Donroe Doctrine. Thing of beauty here.
All the way back, it dated to the Monroe Doctrines. And the Monroe Doctrine is a big deal. But we've superseded it by a lot. By a real lot. They now call it the Donroe Document. I don't know.
I think it's fair to say that we're back, boys.
We are so back. Man, they look so devastated. Donald Trump has successfully made liberals take sides with a criminal communist dictator. Meanwhile, Venezuelans are celebrating his capture. Insufferable.
This is a gross oversimplification of the topic, but there are strong arguments on both sides of this action. Okay, those in support are saying, hey, we got rid of a narco-terrorist, we got rid of somebody who has actively destabilized much of Latin America, somebody who has committed human rights atrocities, somebody who has been the perpetrator of rampant corruption and election fraud. And then there are those that are against this that are saying basically like major military powers shouldn't be able to go into a country and seize their head of state without approval by somebody, some kind of oversight. All those things that I just said on both sides can be true at the same time. How you feel about the issue is really irrelevant. I think looking at this holistically and not turning one side into the enemy is probably our best bet. The best way to get a clear view of everything and have a real genuine understanding.
I know a lot of conservatives are saying, why are we meddling in foreign affairs when we could be arresting corrupt government officials here in America? How is this putting America first? Maduro was a narco-terrorist who contributed to a lot of drugs being put into American citizens' hands and noses. And if we said, hey, here in America, we're just going to take out our political rivals, we're going to skip through any checks and balances, then Trump really does become what the left accuses him of being, which is a dictator. What if the president was a Democrat? What if it's Joe Biden that said, I'm just going to go take out these Republican congressmen, my political rivals? It would start a civil war. So no, I don't like babysitting other countries, but I do like America having a strong show of force, and hopefully we can hold our own corrupt politicians to the flame soon enough. Maduro being perp walked. Oh, it's crazy. We have exclusive footage of the moment that Maduro was taken. Of course. JD Vance with the net. Even Venezuelans that are living in America are celebrating.
I came in this country when I was 10 years old, and ever since I was born, every single person in power of the country has abused us and abused of their power. We have been living in a dictatorship for about 20 years. So I can tell you, this feels like a breath of fresh air.
Did you feel this was the only way to get him out?
100%. 100%, yes. He will not leave. He's not the real president of Venezuela. No, it's not an act of war. It's an act of freedom.
Hey, Democrats, if you're celebrating No King's Day, today's your lucky day. Venezuela just lost theirs.
Esta pronta libertad, que todavía, bueno, pero por lo menos estamos saliendo de una de las peores ratas de Venezuela.
Gracias. De paso, yes, yeah, come celebrate with us. We love everybody because you, America, has loved us so much, so much. Thank you, America.
I agree. Thank you so much.
Anyway, what do you think about the capture of Maduro, the bombing of Venezuela? I can already see it's dividing a lot of conservatives, so drop a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Conservative Vibes. I'm CV, and I'll see you in the next video.